I invite you to take your seats and prepare for this morning's service. On behalf of the Worship Committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. I'm Bonnie Stronach, a member of the Worship Committee and also a trustee of the board. Our minister is Stephen Robinson, Reverend Stephen Robinson, who will be leading our water communion service today. We warmly welcome families with children. We offer nursery childcare during our service for infants and children up to 4 years old. And we've also have a designated seating area and carpet in the alcove to back here. It's saying to my right, so back there. And it's for children ages 4 to 7 and their parents or caregivers. And they can feel free to bring the toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. Today, all the children beyond nursery age, which is 4 years of age, will be staying in the service with their parents and caregivers. Please note that we live stream services, and they're posted on our YouTube channel and website. If you'd prefer not to be on camera, the alcove, seating right over here, is out of view of the camera. We're a congregation who welcomes and affirms everyone. We're a diverse and non-creedal religion, which means we don't have to believe the same to treat one another the same, with respect, compassion, dignity, and equity. We encourage everyone to stay connected with our community by keeping an eye on the following communications. Our recurring events are included in the calendar with your order of service, but special events are also coming up. We provide an emailed newsletter every Thursday to keep you informed about these upcoming events. So make sure we have your email address. Listen to any special announcements from our communications committee at the end of today's service. We're delighted to welcome all our guests and visitors. We'd love to meet you, and if you'd be willing to introduce yourself. Today, I've asked my husband, Bill, to assist with bringing the microphone to our visitors. If you're willing and able, please stand and wait for the microphone to reach you. And then you can share your name and where you're from. And if you've brought guests, we invite you to introduce them as well.
Hello?
There you go.
Oh, it worked that time. Okay. Hi, guys. You know me. I'm Elisa. I brought my best friend, Amelia, here today. And we know each other from school. And do you have anything you want to say to the people? Hello? 1, 2, 3.
I'm very excited to be here. And I just hope I can come back more.
Hey. Do we have any other visitors? Well, oh, we do have someone standing, sorry.
That's working. Okay, that's working. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
This is my second Sunday here, and I'm so glad to be here. You guys have been so unbelievably welcoming me. I'm blown away. So I just wanted to tell you that. I appreciate y'all so much. And it seems like to be a very loving place to come. So, thank you.
Thank you. No one else? Okay. Visitors, if you'd like to learn more about UUCC, visitor cards are in the pocket on the back of each chair. Please fill one out and place it in the collection plate so we can email you about our events. We also have information on the membership table after service in the social hall. It's the one with the red tablecloth. Our board members and committee members welcome your questions and comments. Board members wear green name tags. Thank you for being with us today. Excuse me. Today's flowers are donated by Deb Matherly. She's celebrating her daughter Kristen's 55th birthday and Kristen's wife, her 60th birthday. If you'd like to be part of the flower team, see Maura Farley. I know I just saw her right here. They always welcome new members. So now, please silence all your devices as we center ourselves on today's service.
It's my pleasure to invite our junior choir singers forward to help in singing our prelude music today, Listen to the Water by Bob Schneider.
Listen Please rise in body and spirit and join me in our congregational covenant. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community, thus do we covenant with one another. Today, you may be seated. Today, our chalice leader is Beverly Brook. I invite Beverly up to light our chalice. You can use that candle right there. Thank you, Beverly. Spirit of light and life, come to us.
We move next to our opening song. I'll invite our player of waves and someone to help me lead it to come forward. This opening song is called This Is a Wave by Serena Partridge. I'll ask you first just to repeat the words. This is a wave. I am the ocean. This is a wave. I am the ocean. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. And Michelle's going to help. It's a call and response, so I'll sing the line and invite you to sing it back. And then we get to the ending, we'll all sing together. I'll invite you first, just listen to it once. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This is a wave. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This is a wave. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. Now, however you feel moved, I invite you to join in singing. If you'd like to remain seated, please do. If you'd like to stand up to join in singing, I invite you to. And as we sing and repeat this, the words will change to encompass some of the things we hold, carry, or that pass through us like waves. This is a wave. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This is a wave. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This is a wave. This is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. This grief is a wave. This grief is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This grief is a wave. This grief is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This grief is a wave. This grief is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. This rage is a wave. This rage is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This rage is a wave. This rage is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This rage is a wave. This rage is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. This joy is a wave. This joy is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This joy is a wave. This joy is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This joy is a wave. This joy is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave. This love is a wave. This love is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This love is a wave. This love is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. This love is a wave. This love is a wave. I am the ocean. I am the ocean. I am strong enough to hold wave after wave.
Ask the children to join me down front for the story for all ages. Good morning. Whoa, that's up there. Even for me. All right. If y'all want to turn and look this way, I have a little book that I want to share. Can everybody see? All right. You saw some stickers? Yep. This is Luna's iPad, so there are some stickers on there. I think you did. I think you're right. I thought so. I heard some more people coming. So come on and down where you can see and have a seat. Yes. I want to introduce you to a friend. So if you can see this friend, can anybody read what that says? Drop. Everybody see that? That's a friend I want to introduce you to today, the name of Drop. This is water. Can you see that? And the water says, "Hi, my name is Drop." Drop lives here on planet Earth. She has been here, are you ready for a big number? She has been here for 4,500,000,000 years. How big is a billion? Is that bigger than a million? Yes. Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's very big. And Drop has seen a thing or two in those 4.5 billion years that Drop's been living here. You see that? She has lounged in every lake, and she has soaked in every sea. You see that? Look, Drop has lounged in every lake and soaked in every sea, every ocean. Drop spends most of her time in the ocean, and she sunbathes on the surface of the sea. You see that? Cool. The sun fills Drop with energy, and she gets all warm and wiggly. What do you think happens when the sun fills Drop with energy? She pops off the surface of the water, and what does she become? Steam, right? And she floats into the air. Wow, that's pretty cool. Invisible Drop bounces around the air for days, and when she gets colder and less bouncy, she reappears in teeny tiny droplets, and all of her friends show up too. There's lots of friends for Drop. Drop and her friends like to get together and hang out, and when they get together and hang out, they make clouds, and clouds are cool. It's a gathering of drops. A crowded cloud can become quite an event. Drop and her friends bounce around so much, sometimes they create sparks, and they're downright shocking. What does that sound like? We have those a lot here in Columbia in the heat. A thunderstorm, that's right. And it can get loud and dark and lots of lightning and thunder, but Drop hangs out there in those clouds too. And she knows it will be worth it when she gets to come down, because when she comes down to the earth from a thundercloud, she becomes rain. Whee! Yeah, you can read what Drop's saying. Drop has been every kind of rain there is. She's been sprinkling rain, drizzling rain, pouring rain. She's even been hail and snow too. She never knows where she'll fall. If she makes it to a mountain, she might slip into a stream. That's cool, right? Or she might land in a lake. You see that? If she freezes into snow or ice, she may be stuck somewhere for thousands of years. Drop has been glaciers. Whoa, that same Drop. And icebergs for a long, long time. If she falls into the forest, she may trickle down a tree and soak into the soil and rest with the groundwater. Or she could be pulled in by tiny roots, sucked up through stems, and then pushed out through different leaves. See that? Isn't that cool? Everywhere she flows, Drop keeps things moving. She even moves through plants and animals, to bees, to butterflies. She fills fruits with juice for birds and bears. And you know who else eats some of those things? Do you know anybody that eats fruit? I don't know anyone. Who eats fruit? Raise your hand if you like fruit. All right. Of course, every time you eat or drink, Drop is flowing into you through the fruit as well. And a whole new adventure begins for Drop. So today we are celebrating our water ritual, and it's really cool to think about how every drop of water has been here. This water has been on earth for 4.5 billion years, so think about that. Now that water hasn't been in that pitcher for 4.5 billion years, but we are connecting it together with all the water, and it reminds us of how connected we are to our earth, but also connected to each other. Thank you so much for coming down. Take that. Our opening words today are written by Kimmy Floyd Reich, and they're entitled Confluence. In the beginning, the earth spoke. The wind carried memory through trees older than empires. Our fiery sun reminded us that transformation is both beautiful and risky. The stone stood grounded and still, carried the wisdom of time before time, and water ever flowing taught that life is movement and change. So we gather today in this moment from mountains, streams, and marshlands, from inland cities and dry desert plains, from industrial hubs along Great Lakes to small homes along a bubbling creek, sharing our stories and our memories. We honor the sacred flow found in water, the streams that nourished our ancestors, the rains that quenched thirst and longings, the oceans that connected us in ways beyond borders. Water is not just the symbol of life, it is life itself. It teaches us that what we pour out matters, and what we return to the water must be cared for. Water is sacred, not just a resource. We stand with water protectors who resisted at Standing Rock, and we listen to the ancient wisdom of Turtle Island as Earth's cry for justice whispers through every drop. We honor those who come here today carrying hope by returning here to this space, and by extending our promise to move together like a river toward the beloved community we are, resilient, connected, and alive. River meets in confluences, spaces where different waters flow together. So may our water gathering today be a confluence of purpose, of communal healing, and of our commitment to continue the work of love and liberation. If this is a first for you today, visiting or first time experiencing this particular ritual with us, this is what we call our water communion as a congregation here at the UUCC, and join many other congregations, Unitarian Universalist congregations around the world celebrating this communion of ingathering. It comes to really recognize that summer is over. So summer is obviously over, right? It's cooling off outside, right? You just step outside for a few minutes, you can feel that chill in the air. That lets you know that summer is ending. Maybe there are parts of the world where those lines would work. But it is the recognition that our church year is beginning. It's this time that we come back together, and we invite our folks, as they ingather the water, to bring water from different places that they experienced over the summer, something that symbolizes a place they traveled, something that symbolizes some other form of meaning. And if you don't have water today, but you do have something meaningful that you want to share with water, we also have a pitcher here that you can come and pour some water into our communal bowl and say what that water means to you. So we celebrate this water communion and look forward to this time together every year. As we move forward in our service, this is the point where we light candles for those things that are concerns on our hearts, but also those joys that we're wanting to celebrate in community together. So if you have a candle, I invite you to come and briefly share that joy or concern and place your candle here.
Hi, I'm Christy Seal, and I'm a member of a group called Dragon Root, which is a Norse pagan group. And we adopted a highway a couple of months ago. And yesterday we were out there at 7 a.m. cleaning, before it got too hot, in this cool weather that we're supposed to be having. And we were picking up litter off the highway. We got almost 6 bags of litter cleaned up off our section of the highway. So, and nobody got hit by a car that was speeding.
Hi, everybody. I'm Linda Brennison, and this is a candle for Henry David Thoreau. Now, let's see. We do have a Unitarian minister here, so should I make a misstatement, he can correct me later. But did you all know that our beloved Unitarian forefather, Henry David Thoreau, wrote a letter to the town clerk where he was a church member and withdrew his membership from the church at the age of 23 and never rejoined the Unitarian Church. This was to do with sort of a church and state sort of thing. He felt it was not fair for the town to tax people who were members of churches, which they did at the time. But also, he was becoming a transcendentalist, and he thought the Unitarian Church was not really supporting that aspect of his spirituality at the time. So if I've misspoken, I do apologize, but I feel this is pretty accurate. Just to point out that even our most beloved historical figures and people we raise up as famous Unitarians have at times had misgivings about their membership. So these things happen. And we still love Henry David very much. We still quote him all the time. There are plaques all over probably almost every Unitarian church with a saying by Henry David Thoreau. So Henry David Thoreau, here's to you, wherever you may be.
I'm Tom Clements. Good morning, everybody. I feel compelled to share with you the joy of the Unitarian Universalist Perseid meteor shower watch the other night, Friday night. We had, I don't know, up to 25 people, and it was kind of cloudy, but I saw about 10 meteors, including a couple of big ones. Melody Smith hosted us, and we were able to see her horses, her dogs, her cats, and her chickens. And we had a whole bunch of conversation. I left at 3:30 in the morning, and people stayed till dawn. And I'm not sure, but I am told, I don't quite believe this because I don't see everybody here. I'm told that Ryan called in the mothership before dawn, but there were no abductions that we're aware of. But we had a great time. If we do it next year, everybody should come. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Lots of joys shared this morning, and no corrections from me, Linda. I trust someone who knew him personally. This is, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. You can't set me up like that. Obviously, our great joys that we're holding in this space. But we also recognize that even in silence, there may be heaviness and pain, certainly heaviness and pain in this place. And in our silence, we also recognize that as well and symbolize that with the lighting of a candle. I invite you to take a few deep breaths and remember what has been shared today. Thank you. As we prepare for our offering, just a simple reminder that our Share the Plate recipient is for this month is Palmetto Place Children and Youth Services. I'm going to turn it over to Anna to introduce our offertory song.
I observed sort of last moment this morning a note from the composer on the planned offertory for today that it not be performed without special permissions. So I won't be playing the listed offertory, but I do invite you. It's a beautiful piece that you see the name, you see the composer's name, if you'd like to access it and look it up and listen on your own. I will instead today, for the water communion, play the Venetian Boat Song from Songs Without Words by Felix Mendelssohn.
I invite our ushers to come and receive our offering. Receive our offering today, symbol of our commitment to our good work. As we prepare for our water communion, and what often is a competition to see who can bring the most obscure water from the most obscure place is what it sometimes feels like, which is a beautiful thing about this water gathering. Just a few thoughts about the water that we are sharing. This ordinary water that we bring into this place. Water is very ordinary, isn't it? We drink it, we bathe with it, we cook with it, we clean with it, we complain about it when there's not enough of it and it's so dry, and then we also complain when there's too much of it and there's a flood. And most of the time, we don't always notice it, but it's also extraordinary as well. Understanding that water is what makes life possible. It's been fallen through from clouds, as we read in our book for the children, flowing through the rivers, gathering in oceans and lakes, melting from icebergs and glaciers, going up into the atmosphere, and repeating that cycle for 4.5 billion years. If you think about today, the water that we drink or the water that we use in this ceremony may have at one point been a part of an ancient sea. It could have passed through a root of a tree. It could have flowed beneath a mountain. It could have fallen on rain in a place that none of us has ever even seen. Water connects us across all those different places and all that time and all that distance. And today we're going to bring water from all these different places, perhaps from a vacation that we experience, perhaps from a favorite place that we like to go, a backyard garden or some kind of family gathering. Maybe some of our pilgrims that just traveled to Eastern Europe will be bringing some water back from Eastern Europe to share with us today. And we, of course, have simply the faucet at home, right, that we share. And if you don't have water to share, we have some simply from the faucet at church that you can symbolize water. But every water that we share in this space has a story. We ask you to keep those stories as brief as possible so everybody can share, but we do celebrate all these stories and all of the water because they come from so many different parts of life, carrying all these stories. And when we pour all those stories and all that water into this bowl together, we are symbolizing not only are we gathered back in gathering as a community, but we also all belong to each other, and we all belong here in this place. So today, as we pour all of these waters together, let's try to remember what it is that we are doing. We are saying that we are all connected to each other. We are also saying that we are all connected to our earth around us. We're also saying that our stories that we share matter, that we matter, that none of us come empty-handed and none of us leave empty-handed. We are saying that whatever has happened in our lives since over the summer or since we last gathered as a community, that this is a place where it can be shared. And what we create together in this bowl, that we also share in our memorial garden, will create together and be better than anything that we could possibly create as individuals in a community. So with that thought in mind, recognizing that each individual matters, each individual belongs, and this community is formed by those individuals, I invite you to come and share the water that you would like to bring today.
Hello, the Wells family is bringing symbolic water from one of the best family trips we've had, which was to Yosemite National Park. So very cold mountain runoff.
Hello, I'm Nancy, and I'm going to pour a bit of water in here for two parts. For our soldiers, our Navy sailors out there being somewhat held hostage by vast amounts of water. But this will probably be the last time that I will be with you during a water communion, so I just want to say I love you all so much, and although that vast water will separate us, we will most certainly be part of all of you and carry you with us, most certainly.
Nancy just brought tears to my eyes. When I was a child, I was always learned growing up in Charleston that the Ashley River and the Cooper River create the Atlantic Ocean. Well, I bring water today from the Neckar River, which flows through Heidelberg, Germany, and into the Rhine, and that is one of the rivers that my ancestors traveled to get to Charleston. And then I also bring water from the Danube, which flows through the town of Ulm, Germany, and it's sort of the headwaters, and that is where some other ancestors sailed. And anyway, the Danube goes into the Black Sea, and then into the Mediterranean, and then into the Atlantic Ocean. And then third, I also bring water from our pilgrimage trip to Transylvania, where we learned about Unitarianism, and this is a shout out to Connie Quirk, who cannot be here today, and to Reverend Jolt, who was one of the best tour guides I've ever worked with. He was fantastic. Thank you, Jolt.
They call it symbolic water, but you know, anybody remember Avogadro's number? I don't remember the number, but it's like to the 23rd power, and that means that it's not impossible that there's a molecule or two in this picture that I encountered in Istanbul, where we learned about power and the black soup, which is coffee to you and me, or the water in Cluj, where we stayed at the House of Religious Freedom. Yeah, really? How cool is that? In Besterza, where we got to break bread with the warm-hearted friends of our partner congregation there. Or in Sighiswara, where I pointedly did not go see the room where Vlad Tepes, the original of Dracula, was born. Or Torachko, where the hostess was so kind when Connie had her little fall down the museum steps. And I can't forget the waters of Rocha Montana either, where we got to meet a remarkable young man who stood up to a mining company and kept those self-same waters from drowning rural communities there, and possibly also being poisoned with cyanide. So here's to the waters of Istanbul and Romania.
Today, for the water communion, I'd like to share some words from my very close personal friend, Henry David Thoreau. Or, as we used to call him, HD. One day, Henry said to me, "Linda, I have traveled a good deal in Concord," which was his hometown. Yeah, we went there a lot. He also asked, why not begin his travels at home? I said, good idea, HD. He said he would have to go far or look very closely to discover, would he have to go far to discover novelties? Some journeys take us across oceans of water, while others invite us to look more closely at the waters nearby. Whether we travel far away or remain close to home, curiosity and open eyes can lead us to rest, beauty, discovery, and adventure. So thank you, HD.
So this year, it's been about a year that I took up swimming because I have a foot injury and I was forced to do it, and now I actually like it. So that's something. The other thing that occurred to me was, as a kid, my brother and a friend of ours, we used to get on our bikes and ride about 15 miles to Walden Pond. Yeah, and that was before I was a UUer, so this is for both of those.
Hi, I'm Mara Farley. My sister Peggy's son is Stephen, and he is my godson. And every year for Mother's Day, Peggy would send me flowers that were from Stephen. And then in the last couple of years, the plants, the flowers have been from Stephen because now he is in his 30s and a grown man, and he's doing it on his own. I'm getting lovely flowers and plants from Stephen. And the one that I got this year was a hydrangea, and it was actually a living plant that was so beautiful and arrived at a time of the year when I thought I should just plant this thing. And I did, and it's done so well, but we had some really dry spells, and so this is water from the hose outside that I've used all summer to keep that plant going, and it makes me think of Stephen every time I walk out there. I'm so proud of him for growing up and sending his godmother his own flowers.
Hi, we're going to pour a little water, Michelle and I. This is not from a trip this year, but at the end of last year, where we were fortunate enough to see where the Atlantic meets the Caribbean Sea. And it's a sight to see, and it was a bucket list of Michelle's, and we were able to do that off of St. Kitts.
I'll be pouring some water from Lake Chautauqua. I never heard of Chautauqua until I served a congregation outside Philadelphia 12 years ago, where several church members would go each summer. All summer long, they have a different theme each week. Chautauqua is like a quaint little village or a small college campus in western New York, near Buffalo. So I started going. I was actually absolutely blown away by it, and so I've made it a summer ritual each year. This year I chose to go during the theme of the week of our 250th anniversary, when the main speaker was Ken Burns, whose latest documentary is about the Revolutionary War. It's like going back to college to go to Chautauqua. You go to lectures, participate in classes and discussions, go to concerts. The small town boy got to hear orchestras and see ballets. I even took a class in pickleball. So if any of you play pickleball on an easy victim, please feel free to call on me. But I go there because Chautauqua is the kind of place that soothes the soul and enlightens the mind. I look forward to going back to college each summer. So our water's from Lake Chautauqua.
I read David McCullough's biography of Harry Truman, and I was moved to go out to Independence, Missouri, and visit the Truman House Museum and Library. It was a very worthwhile experience. And while I was there, I got this from the Missouri River.
I'm Caroline Eastman. First, a brief PSA. You are currently in the Gills Creek watershed. Water that falls here on our congregation will go into Gills Creek and go into the Congaree and make its way down to the Atlantic, where it will continue its journey. But it's really hard to collect steam, so I'm going to use virtual water to represent the steam that I saw from Big Boy 4014, the world's largest operating steam locomotive, which Union Pacific took to Philadelphia for a 250th anniversary celebration for the United States. And it was amazing to see the train, but maybe the best part is that I was there with thousands of people who had completely put aside all the political, all the racial, all the religious differences, and just celebrated this great train.
Hi, I'm Renee. I didn't pull water from the ocean when I went to visit Myrtle Beach, but 2 days after my dad passed, my very best friend took me out of myself and rode with me while I was gonna go to a state park. Lee State Park is one of my favorites. And then we decided on the way, let's go to the beach instead, because Daddy liked the water too. And then on the way there, we saw billboard after billboard after billboard of a wild adventure. So that night, after we went to the beach, we did something that my father wholeheartedly would have approved of. Actually, he would have absolutely loved it. We went to a pirate show where they had water and cannons and acrobatics and mermaids and seals and dogs doing things like tricks in the water. It was the most amazing experience. And I can't thank my best friend enough for taking me out of myself and putting me in a place where I knew life could still be fun. And it will continue to go on, even when those we love aren't physically with us. They are still close in our hearts, and we can remember them even when we're in the middle of a pirate show.
Hi, we're Bud and Chuck. We haven't been able to travel to Kansas to see our great-grandson, but recently we had an opportunity to see him when they came to Newberry. So we brought water today from Newberry for our great-grandson.
For his birthday party.
For his birthday party, his first birthday.
Hello, I'm Dave Stevens. I brought water from my water pen, which I use to color, and the coloring can take you anywhere.
Hi, everyone. So as you guys know, me and Amelia, we're both high school students. And if you guys can remember high school, you can remember that feeling when May comes around and you're like, finally, it's summer. And for the whole month of May, I just couldn't wait to be out of school and go home and not have any responsibilities. But something I learned over the summer was that I had built this really strong bond between me and my friends. And so over the summer, almost every night we would call and we would play games and we would chat about our lives and we would stay connected. And so I'm gonna pour some water in the pitcher to celebrate this unexpected bond of just always being together no matter what, just like how water connects us.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I was born and raised in South Carolina, but my mother is from Colombia, and and my dad is half Puerto Rican. I wasn't raised with a lot of culture, and I sadly did not bring any water from Colombia with me, but here's to the metaphorical water from the rivers in Colombia, that I can one day be connected with my culture completely.
I have symbolic water from a trip that I got to take with my daughter Artemis for her 10th birthday. We went to Florida and we went to Jenny Springs and Crystal River, and we got to swim with manatees, and it was a really special time.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and this is virtual perspiration. This is absolutely one of the most stressful times in my life, so there's that. But this is also from Friday night. I have facilitated a lot of Perseid meteor shower events, but Melody was kind enough to open up her farm, and I sent an invitation to a bunch of people, and I said, don't worry, Melody, even though this is going out to a lot of people, when they find out it's camping and when they find out it's going to be hot, most people are going to say, maybe not, but I think there was like between 32 and 35 people that came out. Friends of mine from all aspects of my life were there, and I just felt strengthened and surrounded by love, and I was able to ignore my problems for at least a pocket of time. There were people who had never seen a meteor before, people who had never camped before, and it was a wonderful event. And Melody, thank you for letting everybody come and camp at your farm.
I'm Deb Matherly, and celebrating this summer, got together with all 4 grandkids, all 3 kids, and some partners, and my great-granddaughter, and Great Smoky Mountain National Park. There's a spring that you can jump into, and then there's some water rafting, and it was wonderful. It's been a long time since we've been able to get together. So.
Hi, I'm Dana. I didn't bring water with me, but I will use the water from here to represent water from the Danube, where my aunt took herself, and including me, then a bunch of other family members, Robin and Ivy, my daughters, my husband, and my cousin, and my other aunt, all on a wonderful river cruise, which was really nice to connect with family. Where the past, I don't know, decade or 2, I felt like I've had a very dwindling family. It was really nice to reconnect and have a group of 9 of us travel together.
Hey, we're sharing water from the 2 oceans. One, Luna's gonna pour from our family vacation at Merle's Inlet from the Atlantic Ocean. And then I'll be pouring in from Sarah and our trip up the Pacific Coast Highway from the Pacific Ocean. Ready?
Hello, so this summer Easton started taking swim lessons. So we're gonna pour out some water to represent new skills and all of the great pools we've gotten to try out this summer as a family.
Hi, I'm Larry Siegel, and last December we went to California. My daughter is a instructor, pediatric dermatologist at Stanford, and driving into Stanford is kind of interesting. It's sort of like Star Wars, because you go through dirt, and then all of a sudden you come onto this beautiful town, which is, and the nice thing about Stanford is that everyone there could be Unitarians. They're all very liberal. And I'll pour the virtual water.
Hello, I'm Jerry with my girlfriend Eileen. And a couple of years ago, my eldest son escaped from America and went to Italy. And about a year ago, he called us up with a surprise with our first granddaughter. And so I'm gonna miss everybody. We're both gonna miss everybody for a week next month in September. So this is not a past trip, but a future trip. And lo and behold, we have some water from Italy. And that's where we're gonna go for a week to see our first granddaughter. And she's gonna take a big suitcase full of little girls' clothes. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Emily. So there's a saying that comes to me that you never stand in the same river twice. And I just kind of think about all of the changes that my life has had over the past year, one of which I've gotten married here, which has been awesome. And no specific event comes to mind, but I've been thinking about all of those changes and how awesome it's been to be here and share them with all of you. So thank you.
My name is Laura, and last summer I was able to travel abroad to Germany for a summer semester. And I'm gonna pour some water for the friendships and the connections that I made over there, and also for who I lovingly call my German sister, who is traveling over the world herself for her master's degree.
Good morning. My name is Lori. I'm pouring the water for the residents in Puerto Rico that are going through a water drought. So they're doing a rotation, 2 days, no water. Then somebody else is 2 days, no water. So I'm brave. I mean, how do you do that? I would not like to try to do that.
Hey, I'm George. This water, I got hired here as the DRE right after the last water communion, so I knew that it was gonna come up again and I wanted to be prepared for it. I had the thought that I was gonna get some water up in Boston from our heritage trip that we went on and bring it back. And about halfway through in Virginia, I realized that I'd completely forgotten to do it. But as I was cleaning the car out to take it back to the rental place, I found in the back a bottle of water that had traveled with us the whole way there and back. So the universe had my back, and I brought some water back from Boston, which was an amazing trip that we couldn't have gone on without all of y'all. So thank you very much.
Thank you all for sharing. For those who are able, please rise in body or spirit and join me in our water communion litany on an insert found in your order of service, and then remain standing for our closing song. Guided by love, secured by hope, and made courageous by faith, we center ourselves around our ingathered water, both learning and teaching, welcoming the injured and the healing, and always seeking justice. With pilgrims and seekers, growing children, and cherished elders, a community of diversity guided by leaders, visionaries, and workers. seeking truth and deep meaning, honoring all paths, hearing and respecting all voices. Let us receive our ingathering waters as a gift. May they inspire renewed commitment to our great covenant of love, hope, and faith. May our eyes be open to opportunities for connection and investment within this community and outside these doors into the broader world.
I invite you to remain standing and join in singing our closing hymn, There's a River Flowing in My Soul. It's in the Teal hymnal, number 1007. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my There's a river flowing, there's a river flowing in my soul.
For our closing words, may these waters that we've shared today hold all of our memories and our stories. May they hold our joys. May they hold our sorrows. May they hold the places that we've traveled, the people that we've loved and spent time with. May they remind us that we're part of something larger than all of ourselves. May they teach us to flow around obstacles without surrendering direction. May they teach us patience and persistence. May they teach us that even the smallest contribution to this community matters. And may these waters become a reminder that we are not separate drops scattered across the world. We are part of one living stream, belonging to one another, and together we are a source of life.
I invite you to join in singing our congregational benediction.
I invite you to be seated for just a couple of announcements. Do you have any, Bonnie? All right, never mind. We don't have the announcement. The only announcement that we have is we don't have any announcements. How about that? All right. Thank you all for being a part of our service today. Thank you for sharing your water, your stories, and your lives together. We look forward to a year ahead of us as a great community together. Go in peace.